Man, I was reading this. I found this on Facebook, and I found this link on here. I saw this. I was like, wow, wow, and another motherfucking wow, straight up. Mother of 3 weeps uncontrollably after being cleared of having sex with a 14-year-old boy. It's been the worst 2 years of my life. There's no video. We're just going to read it for what it is. Vincent T, at 32, was accused of having sex with a minor after luring the teenager to her home and forcing him to sleep with her. However, in the recent and final verdict, the court has ruled her to be innocent and free from all charges. Overwhelmed with happiness, Vincent took to social media to celebrate her victory. And she's done some selfie shots, so we'll show them for like a couple seconds. Fellow Fail probably wishes him as a man, I was sleeping with her at 14. Yeah. Probably would have got him back in the day. A case that has been going on in court for the past 2 years got his final verdict in a surprising turn of events. Even though Tia Vincent, 32, a mother of 3, admitted to having sex with the 14-year-old after she lured him and his friend during a football game to her house. However, the courts have ruled in favor of Vincent. Here's another one of her. Fellow be like, God, man, she's a hottie, man. I would just $100 to take her on a date. Hey, you never know, fellow fails. Maybe she might entertain you. Just trying to help you out there, big boy. Anyways, that's like Aaron did that video about let's help out fellow fail. Hell yeah, gotta help out, and even the trolls in this tough times, in the COVID. Anyways, let's get back to it. The kids were playing football together near Vince's home in Gloucestershire when the incident happened. The woman welcomed the boys at her house for a glass of water, but things took a turn for the worse when she took one of the teenagers to her room and had sex with him. Here's another one. Larry felt like, God, man, I wish I was 14. I let her ride me like a stallion. Anyway, back to the video. The court have now ruled the verdict in favor of Vincent, claiming she is not guilty of having sex with an underage. After the court ruling, Vincent took to social media and celebrated her newfound victory. She wrote, not liable, much obligated to you, everyone that remained behind me and trusted me. It's been the hardest 2 years of my life. Welcome 2021 for me and my children. And it looked like she did a selfie picture. Anyways, go down. The case took 4 days at a Gloucester Crown Court, after which Vincent was released by Judge Ian Laurie QC. The surprising decision by the court came when it came to realization that the teenager lied about his age on his Facebook profile. I think the film was like, God, oh man. Yep. Apparently the teenager lied about his age and claimed that he was born in 2000. That gave the impression that he was much older than he really is. He later revealed in court that he lied about his age that after he wanted to use social media when he received a new phone. I put a bogus date of birth since you must be 13 to get it to Facebook. This was on the grounds that I needed to get to the games and different things straight away. I picked 2000 in light of the fact that 2001 or 2003 was muddled. I neglected to transform it when I got more seasoned. I have next to no utilization of Facebook as I fundamentally use it for games. I might have held up 6 days before I came to 13 lists with Facebook. Yeah, I decided to be 16, just about 17 for Facebook purposes. Couple more screenshots. Even though the teenager did not tell Vincent if he was 16 or 17, her side of the story was quite different in court. I'm certain he disclosed to me he was over 16 and I felt he looked a lot more seasoned. It didn't happen to me that he may be underage. He unquestionably didn't disclose to me that he was in year 9 or that he was just 14, like 9th grader, like a freshman. That's what she meant. Or just 14, presuming that we had intercourse. Defense barrister Catherine Flint, in her final speech to the jury before they retired to consider their verdict, said, "You have heard a lot about Miss Vincent's behavior on that Sunday. You may have formed a view that her behavior is morally questionable. However, your role is not to make moral judgment, but decide if she broke the law. Judge Ian Laurie QC summed it up the verdict and said the issue in the case was straightforward. It comes down to the question of the boy's age. And she tweeted up there. And that's all of that. And let me make a point too as well. You know, different countries have a different, different like laws, and, the age of consent. You know, some countries, age of consent is like 13, 14. You know, I don't know, like maybe like in UK, like it's 16. I mean, even in the States here, some states are the age of consent is 16. And, some states is 17, the age of consent, even though they're minors in the definition of the law of the book. But, every country has a different ways as well. Before I get out of here, I'll just make a point too as well. People do lie about their age. It's true. People do lie. I remember one time I got into an online relationship back in 2004, and I started working for my neighbor. He lived about 4 blocks away. He worked in a warehouse company here. We unload trucks, and I drive the forklift. Like that's how I started getting a warehouse like that. So I met the girl through MSN chat, and when I met her, this is like 2004. I mean, this is like. My goodness, like, oh, yeah, like it's like years ago. That would make me about 26, actually. Yeah, I met a chick. So I met a chick on there. She said she was 20. I'm assuming she lived near Detroit. She said she was 20, and I believed it. She tried to play it past off. She was at college, that she was going to Michigan. Yeah, that she was, Wolverine, and near by. I don't know if it's like Ann Arbor. Yeah, I think it's close by Ann Arbor. I'm trying to think where Michigan, Wolverines are. Yeah, she passed it off that she was in. She was 20. She was she was going to Michigan, and all of a sudden her mom called out one day. She asked me in the job. I said, "Do you know how old my daughter was?" She said she was 20. She was going to Michigan. Like, no, she's going. She's going to figure like what? So I had no choice but in a relationship. As soon as I found out her mom told me that, I say I had no like. I mean, the girl, she emailed me, called me up. I declined her calls. I would not answer her emails. I even blocked her as well, man. Because flat out lied. Now she told me that she was 20. Now I was I was starting to get into a new job formation. I was 24, and then she lied, and to find out she lied, saying that she was on 15. Oh man, I was fucking pissed off. I said it's a whack, deuces. Oh, I doubt it. Fuck that shit. Because I said, man, I don't date on mine. Even though the troll is going to say all this kind of twist and narrative bullshit like that, they can say what they want. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, like I said, people do lie about their age. Like it's in this case like that boy lied about his age. It happens. It's unfortunate. Well, with that said, I'm out of here. Mic drop. Peace out.